Hey, good morning. So let's talk about the No One Survived 0.0.8.7 update. So obviously we had no warning as testers. I feel like I've said it a couple times. This is the last information that we got about update. These are the actual timestamps from Discord conversation. This information was made public. These additions, optimizations, bugs, fixes, they were all released into the beta branch and it was made available to everyone. So I don't feel anything about releasing this conversation. This is everything that we got. Obviously, we went in, tested, provided feedback within a couple of days of this being posted to us. So they have been aware of some of these issues for at least 2 months. Whether or not they've been fixed, I haven't been able to test because I don't want to lose all of my characters and save files. So I'm waiting for a patch. The next conversation that you see here is a little bit from a couple days ago. So March 26th, we noticed that there was an update to the test branch, which is where we test everything. And we, being McDaggard and I, we went in and just had a peek and played around with stuff. Obviously, the first thing was the beginner's guide. There is these 6 steps. We followed them. We had to, it was all in Chinese, so we had to translate it and whatnot. And I was obviously concerned about beds, respawn points, campfires, and cooking because boiling water is such a huge thing in the game because of dysentery and cholera and the new medical system that they implemented a while back. But I was also curious about the tutorial because if you load into the game, you can just play a tutorial. It takes you to this weird tutorial world that's orange. And Big Taggart had spent some time translating and fixing some things in there, and they updated it. So, I mean, it's still there. It's still usable. It's still something that you can do if you want to. We knew the update wasn't ready yet, and we didn't know what else was in it because they didn't give us any notes. So, I mean, my question, update is not ready yet, but if that's all it is it worth adding? I mean, there's a lot of questions here and not a lot of answers. And this is the exact responses that happened. So all they said to us was they released a new version that had been localized. So they updated the test branch. And we still didn't know what was going to be on it. We didn't know what to test. We didn't know what to provide feedback on. Kind of just played around in admin menu and tested older things. March 27th, any update / patch notes, thank you. Not yet. So they didn't give us anything to go off of. They didn't tell us what to test. They didn't tell us the entirety of what was going to be released. So we had no idea. You can imagine March 31st rolls around. We see there's an update, a major update for No One Survived. And us testers are like, what the heck? What's the point of testing? What's, you didn't give us any patch notes. Like, why are we here? This is going to be a shitstorm. And people are going to be upset because, once again, you've added things that no one's asked for. You've got this paid DLC that doesn't make any sense. And people are very upset about it. They're like, oh, you have the audacity to do paid DLC before you even do a full release of the game? Like, it's all over the reviews. And it just was a mess. So let's go over the mess. So these are the new additions for the major update for 0.0.8.7, right? So we have new weapons, Flamethrower, Tech 9, DF-122, and a SOG. So basically we have a automatic shotgun, we have a flamethrower, we have a double barrel shotgun, we have the Tech 9, another rifle, and then we have the cartridges that go into the flamethrower. So I don't have any footage or clips of this, and you're gonna hear me say that a lot because I have some things that I mean, it's intermingled with other stuff that I did not get permission to share yet. So I'm just gonna share this photo, the image that the devs released in the patch notes, so all to the public. So if we go to the next item, new firework items. Fireworks, attract zombies, firecrackers, grenade, sparklers, as a torch. Available for exchange at the merchant for zombie teeth. So I have the image from the update. It's fireworks on the left, firecrackers in the middle, and then a sparkler on the right. And I have a little bit of footage of what it looked like when I was testing these things back in January. So I will show some of it.
You throw the firecrackers and you throw the fireworks.
Yeah, but how do I use the sparkler?
I can't remember.
If
now.
I write, if I can't equip it.
Yeah, I had it and it looked like a lightsaber.
Oh, it's a two-handed item.
Ah, that's
which is funny because I'm holding it with one hand. Is the firecracker not just like a grenade? Oh, it does a weird poof. Ooh. Do fireworks damage your buildings? Can they damage you? No, you can stand right underneath them. What about this? I launch it right at the ground, right here. Oh, yeah. Okay, so fireworks don't hurt. Firecrackers hurt.
Oh.
Equals death. Okay, so obviously I had to fully, test it to make sure it was V-proof, but that's what that looked like in January. I'm not sure what it looks like now. The next item is the melee weapon repair tool or melee weapon repair kits. These are available for 10 zombie teeth and 1 zombie toxin, I believe. So here's some footage of that. So I went to the traders, Sarah in D5. She had a melee weapon repair kit available. It costs about $5 to get one. Very affordable. You could easily use that on most of your starter kit. You can also use items from your starter kit to trade for it right off the rip, like how you used to for car repair kits. So they're pretty rare. When they first mentioned them in January and we were testing for them, I had to go to a trader and refresh supplies a lot of times to get one to be, to barter for it. But they are available in the exchange for rewards in the same section here, where you can buy all the other weapons and candy canes and, vehicle parts and stuff. So there's that. Also, this is how you repair them. You just right click and use it just like gun oil. So the next item is the beginner tutorial. And I have a little clip of what this looked like. I'm not sure if it's going to be updated or changed, or if it has been updated or changed, because I haven't been able to access the game, but here's that clip. Alright, we start now. So the first thing was pick up sticks and stones. The second was craft stone axe and stone pickaxe. Ooh, the stone smash animation is awful too. But at least it doesn't fly all over the place and...
I thought it was the same.
Huh?
I thought it was the same animations.
No, it's different. When you smash a rock, that's not what it looked like before. A couple other things happen in there, but that's us working on decoding the beginner tutorial, and it should be in English now. Okay, the next couple of things on this list, for the most part, a majority of it, I knew nothing about. I wasn't able to test. They didn't tell us about it. Would be screen shake effect for first-person melee attack animations, screen shake effect for first-person firearms. Not sure what that looks like. Dynamic physics effects for items on characters' back. Now, you might have seen that in the clip and been like, why is all her stuff moving? That's what that is. So the stuff on your character's back now like moves when you move, but that's a dynamic physics effect, apparently. Some trees can now be destroyed when hit by vehicles. Explosions within 1,000 meters of the player now cause first-person screen shake. Those two things I would have loved to test, but we weren't advised on that, so it's not something that I knew of or tested. engine upgrade, now using UE 5.5. So before, I think they were on Unreal Engine 4. So that's a big change. They have DLSS4 support. So the engine upgrade is probably the biggest issue with this update and the Game Boy bit everything, because stuff's just not compatible. But I don't know. I'm no tech master. Anywho, the next item is the Steam trading cards. So I did receive these without having to update the game. I got 4 right off rip. I got one R870, the pump shotgun. I got one for the Type 95 assault rifle. I got one for the AK, and I got one for the M249. So, cool. Next item is the new clothing DLC. So this one was curious. I've talked about it a little bit already, but this is the first one, is the Red Racer. So the description on Steam says, Red Tide Set DLC after owning DLC can be made in the clothing station. Includes clothing, pants, hats, and shoes that can be made. So clothing station, I believe, refers to the sewing table or sewing machine. It only comes in unisex, one size fits all, as you can see here in the image. If that's your style, go for it. You do you. Okay. Next DLC, military clothing. Tactical set DLC after owning DLC can be made at Garment Station. Includes clothing, pants, hats, and shoes that can be made. So same thing, sewing table or sewing machine, I believe. This one, as far as I know, is only cosmetic. It doesn't provide any additional inventory slots or carry weight, but it does look cool, and I think that this one would probably be a decent seller. The Red Racer is $2.99 USD, and this military one is $3.99 USD. So we'll see what happens with that. Next item on the list is a whole new list. Optimizations. So improved melee weapon animations, improved firearm animations, adjusted default character size, third person camera arm now adjusts length based on view angle. All of those things I had no idea about. I didn't test them. I don't know what they do. They did post some images and examples of the animation changes on the update. So improved descriptions for medical items. So just like this and the next one, optimized buff descriptions, they released this photo. Now it's in Chinese. I have no idea what's going on. What I'm assuming is that we're getting more information or better instructions on how to treat that. So I'm hoping the same is, true for improved descriptions for medical items. Next one on the list is actually something that I think will be huge for new players. And for anyone that likes to play hardcore, it's just going to be a huge, it's going to make it so much easier. Adjusted workbench crafting materials. So now instead of it taking, 5 stone, 5 logs or 3 logs or whatever it is, and then a toolbox, it no longer takes the toolbox. So it just costs logs and stones to craft a workbench. The first one, the crafting table. Refined iron sight mechanics for certain firearms. The next one is enhanced visual and audio effects when characters suffer from colds or food poisoning. So that should say dysentery. And I have a clip of me getting dysentery here, so please enjoy. All right, let's have some raw bear meat. Oh, I threw up.
Yes, that's the new effects.
I threw up, but everything's all red.
Yeah, everything's red. So I don't think, like in your hardcore game, I keep seeing that red thing at the top of your screen, and I'm like, oh, you won't be able to do that then, because it'll probably annoy the shit out of you, that noise.
Well, is it just the initial get dysentery, or does it happen a lot?
What, have you got dysentery now?
Oh yeah, I got dysentery big time.
Yeah, I think the initial bleh, and then that's it, but then it's that red screen.
The red flashing?
Yeah.
So that's an older clip, obviously from January when they were wanting to implement that. But that's interesting. I mean, a lot of games have that. That's fine. Let's see. Reduce damage from explosive arrows and grenades to buildings. So I know that McDaggart tested this. I wasn't able to. This is something new that was added. He sent me a chart. I didn't get permission to share the chart or any of that stuff, that conversation. So I'm just going to describe what it looks like. So before, say you threw a grenade at a wooden foundation, it would take 1 grenade to explode that bad boy. Now it takes a lot more. some of the more like sturdy materials like concrete and stuff, it takes a lot of grenades now, like upwards of 80 grenades to destroy certain things. The next item, decreased backpack tag transparency. I have a clip of that, so I will play that now. Why did he do this? Who asked for this? Increase backpack label transparency. So, yep. Next one, redesign torch particle effects. I also have a clip for this when we were testing it in January.
And again, it's two-handed, but you hold it in one hand.
Makes sense. Oh, it gives you weapon crafting.
What, making a torch?
Yeah, but it costs fabric.
Yes, because if you look, it does give statistics for damage in that.
Damage, impact, knockdown, mutilation, speed -5. It says mainly used for lighting. Oh my gosh, it's awful. In first person it's like unusable. It's like the middle of your screen. This is a bad torch. This is not good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's giving me visual tearing.
Ooh.
Oh dear.
I can't, yeah, I'd have to see what an old torch was like then.
I've never used one of those torches. I don't know anybody who has, so I can't compare it to the old one, but I don't like this one, obviously. Optimize damage calculations for animals and zombies hitting vehicles. This is something we all enjoy. They're always changing this, with or without a patch. They always seem to be twiddling with it. This is the most recent tests from March 26th. I didn't go around and hit any zombies. I started with animals just so I could get an idea. So here's that clip. Like, all the debris is there. And then a car. A searchable car.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got no lag, but... Yeah, so I'm at the mall in the old map now.
Oh.
No lag, but everything's just popping in.
I ran over a wolf and it made the Jeep do a backflip.
So still not got animals right then. Yeah, I ran over a few zombies. That seemed to be the same. Right. Those were the choices before, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I spawned in the same place as well. I've noticed.
So, I know feedback was provided to them about that. I don't know if any adjustments were made, but I have seen that people have reported that running over zombies is a lot easier now. The car doesn't stop as much, so hopefully it, at least for zombies, it's an improvement. Next we have adjusted bicycle braking mechanics. I do believe I have a clip of bicycles. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, the bikes are still just as tragic as ever.
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed with that. Like the racer bike, it's almost like the back end of Beauty. It like slips right out on you.
So I don't see any changes, but maybe they've adjusted things after the test world. We'll see. I don't know. Improved engine sounds for different vehicle types. They definitely added different engine sounds. So here's a few of them. I have the pickup, the hatchback, the Jeep, and then the police car to show you. This is what it sounded like in test world. I don't know what it sounds like live. So they all seem to have different sounds, which is interesting. Something, different. Next item, new players in multiplayer mode now receive different starter clothing based on the season. This is something McDagger and I are kind of excited to test when I'm able to get back into the game, because there's nothing worse than like loading into a multiplayer game and, whoever's already been playing, it's like they're established, it's winter, and you load in with your spring tank top and pants and stuff, and you're trying to run and you get hypothermia and die before they can get to you, and then you spawn to a different trader because you have no respawn point. So you spawn on the other side of the map with, opposite direction they were already driving to pick you up. So hopefully that's something that works well, because that would be a nice addition to the game. Last thing on optimizations, enhance first-person firearm mode switching screen effects. So I'm curious about this one. I'd like to check on all of the new firearm stuff because I do like guns. Um, but I'm assuming something happens when you go from single shot to burst to automatic, you know. Next are the bug fixes. So a couple of these I've never seen before or heard of, but we'll list them. So fix an issue where off-road vehicle headlights did not illuminate when turned on. I've never had that issue, but if it's fixed, that's good. Fix level of detail display issues and sinking wheels on bicycles. Only issue I had that was similar to this was on the old map and the aluminum mine that goes into that weird bunker that doesn't have like really any zombies. It's like just an extended mining tunnel that has a lot of, asset stuff in it. The transition between the mining tunnel and that bunker area was you would sink in. Fixed the bug causing vehicle trunk errors. Now, I don't know if this is the same one, but I know that sometimes when I opened the storage on the back of Beauty or on the pickup truck, where you could normally scroll down and see all of your bags and everything in there, it wouldn't initially show the scroll, so you had to close it and go back in to access all of your inventory. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. The next one I do have a clip for, fixed herbal tea incorrectly treating stomach issues. So the tea was only for food poisoning for a long time, even after they updated the medical system. So it made my hardcore season especially difficult because I couldn't make tea to fix dysentery or cholera. I had to find the medicine or craft the medicine in one of the medical benches. But now the tea will treat dysentery. So here is a clip of that happening. Treat dysentery, it says.
Treat. It's a treat.
It does treat. Treat dysentery does do. So I confirmed that has been fixed. Okay, so vehicle physics materials. I already showed a clip of some driving with the Jeep. I think that this was, so if you were driving like down a hill, you wouldn't just like barrel roll and completely destroy your car. It made it a little bit more hardy, but again, I'd have to get some clarification and test that to be sure. Fixed an issue where a bed became unusable if the player died while sleeping. That's rough, but I imagine that wasn't an issue that they knew about until they changed the medical system, the whole injury system as well, because people were just sleeping to regain health, and obviously their stats were super low, carbs, protein, water, all low, and they died and the bed broke, I'm sure. Fix certain distant terrain loading issues. I don't know. They've been messing around with optimization stuff. When I was testing, I had a lot more popping, where things were just appearing out of thin air, and that's. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. Fixed an issue where some weeds were not properly blocked by foundations. That was something that I reported like ages ago. So they had fixed it, and then it got unfixed, and then they fixed it again now. So hopefully it is fixed. We'll see. And then they added, lastly, we will continue improving animations and in the next update introduce brand new high quality animations for all food and medicine items. That means one of our favorite things is going to disappear, because I love being able to eat the old medical. It just made me giggle. Not everything has to be perfect in a game for it to be playable. Honestly, I've gotten more playtime out of this game than any other game that I've bought. I haven't been playing PC games that long. Okay, I started in July of 23, so I'm coming up on 2 years of playing video games on a computer. So all this Steam stuff, all this developer stuff, testing, all this is very new to me. I'm still learning, but I mean the game's playable, but when you lose your characters and your saves with no warning, I mean, it just really felt like the devs hit send on this update and then logged off for the night. It is what it is. So, like I said, when they release the patch, I'm going to do another video Hopefully I'll be able to continue with season 8. It doesn't look like it for right now. If you have any questions, or if you want to share any of your experiences or issues that you encountered since the update on Monday, feel free to share with me. We'll chat it out. We'll have our little pity party together, I guess. I don't know. But thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.